the smooth operator.
Ain't no half stepping on Marcus J. We're back to close out the show, and we appreciate everybody that stayed with us on MixLR and LegacyInternetRadio.com, Loud City. You can find us there as well. Just search the web, the station Legacy Internet Radio. You're listening to us on your mobile phone on Winamp, in the Shoutcast. If you're listening to us on the computer now and you want to be able to take your phone with you and still listen to us mobile, you can do that. Just download the Winamp program. We have to be broadcasting live or else you won't find us. So do it right now while we're still live. But you'll be able to get all the programming on LegacyInternetRadio.com, which of course includes Ain't No Half Step with Marcus J. Mondays from 7 to 9, and Live in the Radio with Steven Sykes on Tuesdays from 7 to 9. The Green Room version 2.0 with Jay Grizzy and Lissa P on Wednesday from 7 to 9. And did they just play that? The Music Only Show, no talk, just music, hosted by yours truly on Thursday from 7 to 9. And we usually start a little bit early and end a little bit late. That show almost never 7 to 9. It's usually more like 6:45 to 9:30 or something like that. And we take you right up to Scandal o'clock usually on Thursday night. So definitely support us. We replay Did They Just Play That on Saturdays as well, and usually give you a different playlist. And of course the whole point of that show is music, R&B, soul, pop music, reggae, and we just might play that rock song that you know you like but you don't really tell people that you like. You're a closet rockhead, we might just play that. Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. We're gonna go ahead and end out the show. We got our rants and we got our closings, and this week we are blessed to have your main man K-Dub still with us. He did the whole show tonight, so we might have to do something nice for him not. That's my brother though. We're gonna show him some love. K-Dub, you got some final words, my brother? The floor is yours.
Hey man, I just want to say appreciate it, man. I ain't gonna take up everybody's time. I'm gonna say this, man. You know, I said I was gonna keep it quick, and I'm gonna do that, man. I just celebrated his birthday last week, and I just want to say, hey, look. Every day that you wake up, man, it's another opportunity to try to get it right, man. You know, seize the opportunity, seize the moment, enjoy life, and you know, make it happen. If you got an opportunity to do something, man, do enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do something nice for somebody, do it. Make it happen. If you want to say something to that girl that you see across the room, go for it, man. Females, if you see that guy across the room and you think you might want to meet that guy, man, step to him, man. I just feel like, you know, a lot of the times people waste their time on things that are perceived, man. Enjoy yourself, enjoy life, man, for real. And last but not least, man, tomorrow for all my Jersey City heads out there, there's a big election coming up tomorrow. I have two personal friends actually running for two different offices tomorrow. I just want to say good luck to them. Running for Ward F. Councilman Jermaine Robinson, and running for mayor of Jersey City, Jeremy Walker. So I just want to give best wishes to both of those individuals. And hey, again, Marcus J, I appreciate you giving me your time, giving me the platform, man, to speak my voice. You know what I'm saying?
You got it, my brother. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. That's my brother, my partner, my homeboy for life. K-Dub on the live line. We appreciate it, brother. We're gonna let you go, and hopefully we'll talk to you soon, bro. Appreciate your time tonight. You got it. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. It's time to continue along with our rants and our closings, and it's time for us to move around the room to Miss Tony. What you got here, girl? Go ahead and end out the show with your final thoughts.
Just want to say I had a good time tonight, as always. A pleasure being with you guys. Nice meeting you, JR.
Likewise.
Last couple weeks, me been kind of trying, but I must say that I'm just so thankful to have some of the best friends in the world and a wonderful son, and I know that with them I will be just fine. So just, you know, don't take the people in your life for granted, because you never know what your life would be like without them. So that's it. Everybody take care, be good, be safe.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus. Jay, it's time to move on to JR. JR, we got a little LL playing for you in the background. You can't hear it, but it's playing.
All right.
So you got a little music playing.
Yes, family matters.
You got Ladies Love Cool James playing for you. Little phenomenon. So
for those who don't know, I am Cool James. My name is James, so it's fitting that I get the music.
I knew that. it wasn't a coincidence.
Now, what I want to say today is so much of what we are, and so much of what we appear to be, and so much of what we let others perceive we are is dictated by the media today. The media, from what you see with Charles Ramsey, they are clips, and they're not the whole thing. As Marcus alluded to, if you see cell phone footage, another form of media, whether you know it or not, you see a different side of him holding and consoling this girl who has been captive for 10 years. You have comments that are made from guys like at MSNBC, like Lawrence O'Donnell, who has come under fire recently. We get so much from the media, and not all of it's real. And we should understand that when we formulate who we are and what we appear to be, not to base it off of what is not real anyway. As the lady sitting next to me here, Tony, natural hair. That's real. That's who she is. And it's nice hair. There's nothing wrong with being who you are and being your own media outlet. So with that said, be you, and don't let anyone dictate to you who you are.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus. JJ, we appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being part of the crew of Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus. Jay, of course, your perspective and your contribution is definitely appreciated, and the same goes to you, Tony. We appreciate when you're here. Always makes the show much more fun. It makes the room prettier because we a couple of ugly guys, and you bring up the pretty factor when you come in. So we appreciate it. Special thanks to K-Dub. He went above and beyond and did a whole lot more than what is normally asked of him by staying with us for the entire night. Of course, we didn't have Big Root tonight. We didn't have Carlton Banks tonight due to a variety of reasons, but they're with us. We know Carlton was listening, and we got your information and the notes that you were sending. Unfortunately, I couldn't get them all in, but we know you were there, so we appreciate it. Special thanks to VA Girl. Special thanks to VA Girl. Special thanks to Steven Sykes of Enliven Radio here on Legacy Internet Radio for joining the discussion. Special thanks to my man Sid for being there as well. Jay Grizzy had checked in early, as well as S.Y. Butler. We appreciate the love we get, and tell a friend about LegacyInternetRadio.com. Not just Ain't No Half Step with Marcus J. If you don't like the show, you don't like me, that's cool. I won't take it personal, but try out Steven's show on Tuesdays. Try out Jay Grizzy's show with Lissa P on Wednesdays. And even if you don't like me, you like music. So I know you're going to hear something that you want to hear on. Did they just play that? And we run that show twice a week right now on Thursday and Saturday, and pretty soon it's going to be Thursday and Friday. So support us. We appreciate the love that you get, that you give us, and definitely is accepted. Marcus J. Ain't no half step, and it's time for me to kind of go through my final say-so of the night. I like to call my rant. We appreciate the opportunity that you will give me for a moment to just kind of indulge myself. And what I wanted to really talk about this week is death. A death in particular. Every death, of course, is just as difficult to take as the last one. The older I get, the more I become more aware of my own mortality. But of course, as a young person, you see death constantly knocking on the door of other young people. It kind of has a way of not only making you aware of your mortality, but it can be downright depressing. And what kind of sparked this rant is the recent passing of Chris Mac Daddy Kelly of the hip-hop group Crisscross. I played a song for him earlier this evening. It should be a cautionary tale for those who view drug abuse and drug culture as something that should be taken lightly. Now, this is not conjecture. His own mother has publicly discussed his long-term drug abuse and the fact that he was high off speedball, which is a mixture of cocaine and heroin, just hours before his death. Now, that deadly combination almost certainly caused the death of the otherwise healthy 34-year-old. I remember being about 11, a few months before my 12th birthday in 1986, when Len Bias was drafted out of Maryland by the Boston Celtics and promptly died due to a cocaine overdose. Now, I remember that day vividly, and I knew that day that there was nothing ever going to happen to me in my life that would lead me to ever try cocaine, crack, heroin, any of that stuff. When I used to say no to drugs, that couldn't have been more real to me, because here we had a real life person who we all knew didn't say no to drugs, and he paid the ultimate price for it. Let's get back to Chris Kelly for a minute. Although he would have been too young to really remember the Len Bias story as it was happening, I'm certain that there have been countless people who had come along during his life who had died because of reckless use of recreational drugs. Old Dirty Bastard is the first person that comes to mind for me. Or how about the use of drugs having a negative impact on your life and your image? I think of Lil Wayne with his so-called scissor infatuation, refusing to stop using even when faced with death due to his own seizures in the hospital. When I thought about Chris Kelly, I thought of all the dead rappers we've seen in the last 30 years since the hip-hop culture became part of American consciousness. Some died due to illness, like Big Pun, MCA from the Beastie Boys, Buffy from the Fat Boys, Heavy D, Apache, Guru, or even Tim Dog. And then some, like Tupac, Biggie, Freaky Tah, Scott LaRock, Big L, Jam Master Jay, died due to the culture of violence perpetuated by the violent lyrics and the music that I love so much. And when I was doing research for this piece, I stumbled upon a couple of websites that gave encyclopedic information on dead rappers, as if a musical genre and culture, which has only been around less than 40 years, could be so deadly that it spawned websites to chronicle the departed. That really broke my heart to see, because I remember as a youth when you had folks like C. Dolores Tucker and Benjamin Chavis and Al Sharpton, and believe it or not, former Vice President Dan Quayle come out publicly on the images and content in our music, and I and many of my peers were vehemently against them. What they saw and what I'm seeing now is that once you start something, it can be hard to stop. And once the seeds of nonsense are sown, you cannot stop the branches from that evil tree from producing tainted fruit. And that is what we have, y'all. Tainted fruit called drug abuse, misogyny, and violence. And when did drug abuse, misogyny, and violence become the preeminent face of our musical culture? I remember the days of peace signs and African medallions and parties and even personal boasts. I asked the question rhetorically, of course, but while I'm not surprised when I hear of a new death, every new death is just as hard to take as the last, and I know that many of the folks in our communities are living their lives, failing our music, and it's killing them too. One death is too many, y'all. So I continue to think positively for folks like Eminem and DMX and Lil Wayne, whose reckless behavior can be seen in past behaviors of our departed idols, like Old Dirty Bastard, Tupac, and now sadly Chris Kelly. That's the mayor. Marcus's unrelated rant that ain't got nothing to do with what we're here talking about tonight. That's the end of the show. Thank you once again for everybody that stayed with us to this late hour and listened to this show. Remember, independence is key to building your own legacy. I want to say peace to all the stars and all of the squares. In the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty, y'all. Those are the words of Bob Marley. Ain't no half Steppin with Marcus J. Be back here next Monday, 7 to 9. LegacyInternetRadio.com. Peace.